right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises to the Most High and His Son,
Yahweh,
Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem,
Barakah,
Kodash. Double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone, and salute to the Akim out there that's pushing this truth in all sincerity. Okay, and as we always continue to do is to prophesy and to preach the word, instant in season and out of season. And what we're going to go into are the signs and wonders that are playing out on this earth today. So get me the scriptures you have, bro.
This is 2nd Ezra. This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 9. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time, wherein the highest will begin to visit the world, which he made.
And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing those signs and wonders play out. What did Yahushua tell us? Through the disciples. He told them what were going to be the signs of his coming. So we're seeing that in many, and I could just be specific, because we're talking about the wars and rumors of wars. Hey, the brother, was telling me about a couple of things, what was going on with Turkey and other countries and China. And everything that these nations are doing, they're doing things to provoke each other to result to the violence. And the violence that they're going to cause on the earth is written in the scriptures. Nation rising up against nation. And the Lord quickening these nations, stirring them up for that time. So, as I like to always say, people like to talk about how maybe it may be a war that's going to take place, but we can change it. We can change that from happening. No, there's no changing that from happening. There's going to be a nuclear war. And I mean, when you look around on the planet and people in general, people have lost their minds. There's so many articles out there that has been displayed out there on the internet on how you have like multiple different people getting together, gang raping children all around the world. All right? 5-year-old kids are getting gang raped and stuff like that. And people are doing sorcery and witchcraft in the means. So I mean, people have lost their fucking minds, man. People have literally lost their minds. So you mean to tell me this world is gonna continue on? Come on, man, it's not gonna happen. There's gotta be a reset, there's gotta be a change, because this world and the people are too damaged to go on. So there would have to be an end to this. There would have to be. And we know, based on prophecy, as we have hope and believing, that things will change and this world is going to be destroyed. Because in order for the kingdom to be set up, work has to be done. And Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai has to do his work, or has to do their work. And their work is that they're going to have to clean this planet with fire. You understand? If you can, brother, hold what you got. We're going to read that. Get the, 1 Peter's. Yeah. 1 Peter's the 3rd chapter. Because all of this has to come down before the Lord reset or set up the holy kingdom. That's why it's known as that's why I call it the holy kingdom. Because the word holy means to be clean. So this whole entire setting has to be destroyed. It has to go. It has to be erased. Because people are too destroyed in the mind. There's so many cases of people gang raping each other in the bathroom. And you got sodomites being put on display, and the media pretty much promoting it like it's a positive thing. And then they got this thing in Israeli land where they're looking to stop. I think it's called conversion therapy. They're looking to ban that so that people can be the way they want to be fully. You see? Because you got those leaders in the state of Israel today. Some people ain't really dealing with that when you go into the article. But people are saying, well, this is what I want to be like. This is me. I don't see the way I think and feel as a disease. This is my standard of living. So I'm going to do exactly what I feel. You understand? But that then proves that they're not the people of the Most High. Because if they were the people of the Most High, they would actually fulfill the scripture and fulfill that which is written in the law. But they're not doing that. Anyway, let's read this. I don't want to get off topic.
2 Peter's 3. And we'll go straight to 10.
Yeah.
Verse 10. But the day of the Lord Yahushua will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away,
Yeah.
with a great noise.
Come on.
And the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
Right, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. So what does it mean, fervent heat? Meaning it's going to be hot out here. It's going to be exceedingly hot out here to the point where all of these elements, these buildings, these cars, the people, all of the unseen elements that you see in the heavens, right? The barium oxide, all of the different metals, which is giving people, or giving newborn babies, having them to be mentally challenged.
And deformation.
Deformation. All of that's going to be gone.
Autism.
Autism is at a hot, what is it? All-time high now, because of all of this, all of the metals in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
With those chemtrails. So the Lord has to do away with all of this completely. Let's read this again.
2 Peter 3:10, but the day of the Lord Yahushua will come as a thief in the night, in which the heaven shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
Right, so that's how the heavens are going to pass away, meaning this society, this world, it has to pass away. Because if Esau continues to rule the planet, this planet is going to be destroyed before you know it. We already know that the sea life is destroyed and dying out. The bird life is dying out. The wildlife is dying out. There's animals that we've all grown up knowing, and they're becoming extinct. And that's all because you have the wrong people in the position of power that don't deserve to be in power. And they've made the earth and turned it into a hellish condition. It's like you got these silly Christians talking about, oh, well, if you do bad, you're going to die and go to hell. Damn it, we're in hell. We're already in hell, man. Okay? Now, you may not be affected by what's going on concerning certain people all around the planet, but you can sense that. You can see the hellish condition, man. This ain't nothing but hell. Okay?
So lucky,
go on, brother.
You're right, because when you read Deuteronomy 28 and 15, that's the conditions of hell.
Yeah.
You've got two terms for hell. It's Sheol, the grave, the pit, when you die. And you've got the other one, condition.
Come on.
You know, and the condition is what we're in now, the curses. That's a condition. Deuteronomy 28 was the blessings. Deuteronomy 28 and 15, that was the curses.
Yeah.
What under these curses? This is hell. And they always say Esau is in his heaven, because he is in his heaven.
Yeah.
He's living good. You know? That's why they're elites. They've always got a smile on their face.
That's right. Because they're doing good, but while they're doing good, they're turning the earth into hell, so to speak.
Yeah.
Where, you know, if you have a child nowadays, man, you don't even know how that child's going to come out. It may come out as a damn monster, man. Which, when you look at the term monster, the word monster means, what is it? An animal that has a deformity, or a human being that has a deformity. So you have, as the scripture says in the Apocrypha, it says in the last days, menstruous women shall bring forth monsters. Meaning children are going to be pretty much have autism and minor deformities or major deformities and stuff like that, because the earth is destroyed. The way the powers that be are setting up this earth is not so according to the scriptures. Okay? Because see, people think, oh, the Bible is just a load of bollocks or whatever the case may be, but the Bible deals with laws and the commandments and the historical accounts. It's an history book. It's not just a fairy tale. You see? But when you don't practice exactly what the scriptures are saying, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get a lot of people getting involved in criminal activity and just people reacting to the environment that they're involved in. Because this is a hellish environment, man. You understand? Like, as I'm speaking right now, there's kids right now that's being abused. Okay? And the parents really can't do too much about it. And then the kids have to grow up or bugged out their mind on drugs. You understand what I'm saying? So this is the world we're living in. This is the hellish condition we're dealing with now. And then you got to take your children to these schools surrounded with these other kids that have been mentally disturbed at home. And that's why these kids are acting the way they acting, man. They can't contain the traumatic experiences that they have to deal with in this world.
Yeah.
Go on, bro.
This is back on 2 Peter 3 and 10.
And like the brother was saying, dealing with the word hell just simply means a lower condition. And this world, or this planet is under a lower condition. This world is not getting better. If you have eyes to see and ears to hear, and you can comprehend what's going on. Things are not getting better, man. We may have our phones and our gadgets and all the above. You may have a 4K TV or 8, whatever TV you got. But when you step outside your house and you see what's going on out here, you look at the sky. Come on, man. This is hell. This planet has been turned into hell because of Esau is in power, man. If you can, brother, hold what you got real quick. Give me Proverbs 20, verse 1. I think it's 21. It says, when the wicked come. Yeah. It was Proverbs 29. Even the whole setting of relationships, the thing so simple, that's been destroyed. Everything in this existence has been tampered with, has been destroyed. So there has to be a reset. There has to be an end to this place, man. This place has to come to an end. It has to be destroyed so that the Most High can bring forth the new setup, which is the kingdom of heaven. Go on, bro.
Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Right.
But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
And that's how you know that the wicked are bearing rule, because the people are mourning. The people are upset. Most people that you walk past are sick. Or if they're not sick, outwardly, they're mentally sick.
Yep.
Everybody's got a problem. Everybody's got a beef about something. Right?
Yep.
So that shows you that something has to change. This is all wrong. You know, what we've been taught and conditioned to believe by the media and these school systems, they all taught us wrong, man. Because quite frankly, if we were all been taught right, we would see the examples of it. We would see the evidence of it. But where's the evidence of it? There's no evidence of it because we're going up, man. Most people have been taught to go off on a lot of things. You understand? So whatever you've been taught to believe that is, it's not it. This is the way. This is what they failed to teach the people all around the planet is the way of the truth and the light. Once you come to this, then your life changes for the better. And just the thing about this too, if this doctrine was covering the planet, that the planet would be in a better setting. It would be under the vibration of love. There's no love in this place, man. Like, you got people out there going on Tinder and all of these different dating websites trying to find love. There ain't no love, man. It don't exist. This shit don't exist. Okay, that's all it is. And I'm not saying that because that's just my experience. No, I'm looking at the reality of things.
Yeah.
There's no love, man. It don't make sense. It don't exist. All you have is women sleeping around with different guys and using these guys and trying to get what they can get from these men. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Go on, bro. Let's read that, man. And then you got people saying to us, why are you guys teaching hate? Yeah, because we live in an earth that displays hate. How about that?
Yeah. Can I just make a point?
Yeah, go on, bro.
Because there was they're talking about racism, and in schools, and interviewed some youngsters, man, and a lot of the youngsters talk about they've been, the Jakes, they know they've been racially profiled, and then on the other hand you got the Edomites, the so-called white people. They're saying, we know that our history is something to be ashamed of, because when you look at the interpretation from a so-called coloured person, a black person, it's a totally it's a different perspective, totally different perspective.
Of course it is, yeah.
So they say that what they've learned from schools is a total contrast to what the real history is.
Exactly.
And now when they start to look at it for themselves, 12-year-olds I'm talking like adults, man. I started laughing, and they said when we look at our history and we see the contrast, what we've been learning, we should be ashamed of our history. We are ashamed of our history.
Yeah, exactly. Because what it is that when you go to these school systems, they don't teach you about the good things that Jake has done. They only teach you the good things that Esau has done. So you as a Jake, you go into school, you go into these school systems, you're not getting taught about yourself. Basically what they're saying is you didn't do anything, you didn't accomplish anything. But when you step back from what school told you, and then you do your own research, which is what we have done, we found out that we've done a lot of things. We've came up with a lot of inventions, all right? And that's something that the powers that be don't want you to know, because they don't want to give you a superior complex. And it makes sense, because in order for you to rule over a people or a nation with people such as us, they have to take that superior complex from us.
Yeah.
By doing away with our real history. Because when you really think about it, the so-called white men, these Edomites, they really have no history. And that's why they had to say that we had no history. We didn't accomplish anything. Because if you would have really go all the way back in history as to what they became, they ain't doing anything. The only thing that they've done, or as you can see in history, is you can go back to what they did in the Roman Empire or the Greeks. And what were they during the time of the Greeks and the Romans? They were nothing but pedophiles, man. They were nothing but sodomites. And indulging in bestiality. That's what they were involved in. That's their culture. You understand? So when you look at the history of Israel versus their history, it's pale in comparisons, man. That's why they're jealous of us. That's why they don't want to teach the real history of him. Because when you really deal with England as well, man, Jake was doing good in England. He was ruling him. They were like kings. They were kings in England. They were all kind of so-called Negro kings all around England, all around Europe. All right, and did great things. All right, well things we did versus some things that they did. See, go on, bro.
This is Matthew 24 and 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
Yeah, and that's key into the point. Being that iniquity shall abound, many of those, what is it?
The love of many shall wax cold.
Right, the love of many shall wax cold. That's why I can say with surety that there's no love out there. All right? You got guys out there that's going on dates and all of this nonsense, and really it's just women hoeing, jumping on the cock carousel, going from man to man. That's all it is. And these men, they're just basically playing their position as being a puppy, being a puppy for a hoe. That's all it is. And then the guy now, he's so happy. He think he got something, right? He's holding on to the girl and everything like that. Because he feel like he got him a dime piece, when really he ain't get nothing. All he's gotten is some used up bro. The other men are already ran up in it already. You understand? Because if you were to talk to the average female and tell them how many men they had, you wouldn't be, you wouldn't want to do it. You'd be turned off if they were to tell you the truth. So that's all you do. When you getting out here and you playing field and all of this other stuff, all you playing field with is a bunch of people that's committing adultery. That's all it is. The dating scheme is a field of adultery. That's all that's going on. You know, it ain't like the good way where, you know, if you meet someone, all right, and you get down with them and you have that intercourse with them, and the two come together as one and they stick with each other for life.
That's interesting because when you may say, I want to get to know you, well, you want to get to know a woman. That's how you get to know a woman, by sleeping with her.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Then after that, if it plays out well, then, you know.
It continues on.
Yeah.
Exactly. But it ain't like that now. Right now, you ain't even really having sex because the word sex means to cut. So if you laying down with a woman, you're already humping. All you doing is just humping a woman, that's already been cut already. Basically, you dealing with somebody that's already been used up, that's got some other dude's DNA in it. That's all it is, man. And that's why they can't love it.
All right.
Go on, bro. And that's why I be telling brothers, man, brothers is dealing with women, just deal them according to what they got. Don't be going out there trying to find love, because the shit don't exist, man. The shit don't exist out there. If you know female nature, you know exactly what's going on out here with these females, man. Go on, bro.
Alright, this is Timothy 2 and 3. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come.
Yeah.
For men shall be lovers of their own selves.
Yep.
Covetous, boasters, proud,
Right.
blasphemers,
Yep.
disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers,
You're not bothered.
false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good.
Right, and that's another main thing, despisers of those that are good. Because when you look at the men of the Lord, we're despised in this world, man. But that's all right, because we're cut from a different cloth. We're not of the fashion of this world. We're of a different fashion that's incoming.
Yeah, that's what it is.
A righteous fashion.
The nerves, isn't it?
We don't stand for all of this nonsense out here, man. You know, we're not dealing in this nonsense. So this is why people, they don't really want to get down with what we're dealing with, because they see it as a total different fashion, and they can't understand it. They can't comprehend what we're doing.
Prayer down, at the moment.
Some people would like to do what we're doing, but they just don't have the courage to do it, and that's why they hate on us. You see? But regardless of what, man, the Most High is going to deal with these people that are hating on us and saying all manner of things that they don't need to be saying. You should be careful to say.
Come back.
Yeah, brother, go back to Peter's. That's really what's going to happen.
Yeah, but
all of the words that they shot forth at the elect, those words are going to be required in the day of judgment.
Every idle word
that man shall speak. Yep. Keep going, bro.
This is 2 Peter 3 and what was that? We was on 10. Let's start again. But the day of the Lord Yahushua will come as a thief in the night, in which the heaven shall pass away with a great noise.
Yeah, right, which the heaven shall pass away with a great noise. So how is this world going to pass away? Or this eon, this society is going to pass away by, a nuclear war.
Family nuclear destruction.
Right, that's how it's going to pass away. There's going to be a nuclear war, and that's what's going to cause this world to be destroyed. So let's read this again.
But the day of the Lord Yahweh Yahushua will come as a thief in the night.
And it says that Yahushua is going to come as a thief in the night. In other words, the one who the world calls Jesus the Christ. He's going to come as a thief in the night. Now to the people, it's going to seem like he's going to come as a thief in the night. But to us, we're going to be well aware that he's coming. We're already well aware of that fact because we're looking at the signs and all the above. But to the people, they're going to see this chariot in the sky, and they're going to be taken by surprise when he makes a second return. Go on.
And the element shall melt away with fervent heat.
Right, and the Lord is going to bring his fire to the midst, right along with that nuclear fire. Those lasers, the lasers coming from the chariots, they're also going to wipe these cities apart also. So not only do you have to deal with nuclear fire, but you also got to deal with concentrated fire. You see? Hey, bro, you got something to say on that?
Yeah, because you know what? That's interesting you say that, because I used to have a little laser. You know them little pen lasers?
Yep.
And they could actually burn a hole into paper. That's how powerful them small lasers.
Yep.
So can you imagine what them laser beams are going to do, them chariots? They're going to be burning up people.
Yep.
It tells you that in, I believe it's 2nd Ezra 13, that there was an innumerable multitude that was burned up beyond recognition.
Yep.
So them chariots, they're going to be getting busy. Real busy.
That's right. They're going, bro.
Shall melt with fervent heat, and the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up.
Right, and all the works therein shall be burnt up. All of this that you see is going to be dissolved. It's going to turn to nothing. And that's the end result of this place. Why? Because the powers that be, which are the people of the nation of Edom, they're rude in wickedness. They're rooted in great wickedness, and what they've also done is enslaved our people and treated our people like shit, and taught us to believe that we're shit.
Yeah.
We're no other than shit.
All
right. And these are the Lord's people. They've done this too. So how much more the judgment, man? How much more when the Lord gets rid of them, and then they get caught, they get tossed into captivity? How are we going to treat them then? As the scripture says that it says in the book of Galatians, the 6th chapter, for whatever man soweth, that shall he also reap. And also Colossians 3 and 25, that says that they shall receive the wrong that they have done. And they're going to get it back 1,000-fold, 100-fold. Let me say that instead. Go on, bro.
The earth also and the works therein shall be burned up.
Right.
Seeing that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be?
Right.
In all holy
conversation
and godliness.
Right. And another reason as to why, because the transgressions are heavy upon it. This place has pretty much produced people that are willful to be sinners, man. Willfully willing to be sinners. and not really recognizing the wrong that they're doing. Like, people have become animals today. Let's just put it that way. People have become animalistic without thinking about what they're doing and the harm that they're bringing to other people and the harm that they bring on the planet. All right? So people are just more in a beastly kind of a state because the media's told them that you can do what you want to do. You have your democracy. You can be who you want to be. You can change your gender or whatever the case may be. You could be a sodomite and it's all cool and the person can't say nothing about it. So that's what the world is turning into. The world is turning into a place where men can just do whatever they want. And you can't say nothing about it because if you do say something about it, then you're not cool. All right? The cool thing to be in this world is to be a total degenerate. That's the end thing. And if you're not wanting to be a degenerate, then you're not cool. You're pretty much going to be isolated.
Yep.
All right? Because that's what they want. They want people, the powers that be that control the media, they want people to be animals.
Yep.
And with an animal, you can control them.
Yep.
You can't control someone that has, someone that's thoughtful in mind. You can't control them.
Yeah.
You can't control someone that knows the truth about themselves or knows the truth about everything. All right? But you can only control people that don't know the truth, that are animalistic in mind.
And when they play with the videos, the views and the subscriptions, it's tried to discourage you from being moral, upright, as you're saying. And if I was to do a stupid video or watch some of them videos, what people do, they go viral.
Yeah.
Esau can just do something and it just because
if views go up. I mean, you could do something so stupid nowadays, and you get a whole lot of views. But do something that's educational, that's going to, give you knowledge and understanding to the people. You ain't gonna get no views on that, because that's what this society operates on. It operates on folly. Operates on foolishness.
If you get views, they miss. I've been looking at my things, the ones I've done recently, talking about how nice that nature is.
Yeah.
They fucking around with the views on that one, boy.
Of course, because they don't want people to see the
wicked
truth
bastards. It's like it.
And the thing with YouTube is controlled by Google, which we all know that Google is controlled by those Amalekites, those Scamalekite bastards. That's just a word I made up. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the thing, man. That's what they want. They just want you to be animals. They don't want you to think or to have a well-set mind. Just be an animal. Just do what you want as long as you don't disobey the laws of the government. You're good. That's all it is, man. Go on, bro. Read that. And the proof that these people are not really thinking straight, because a lot of people are out here believing in this COVID-19 nonsense. They actually believe this shit, man. Now, I mean, I'm not saying that there's no viruses out here. There's viruses all over the place. That's why you have an immune system. Your immune system is there to protect you from these viruses and many other diseases. All right? And when you really understand the immune system ain't no joke. You understand what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, you don't need to get no shots or no vaccine or anything of that sort. Your God-given immune system does all of the work for you. That's why when something gets in your nose, in a certain place in your nose, what happens? You sneeze. Or if something gets down right here, you sneeze.
Yeah.
That's your immune system working.
Yeah.
Go on, bro.
This is back on 2 Peter 3:12. Looking for a hastening unto the coming of the day of the Most High.
It's like, for example, right? If mucus comes out of your hands or your skin, again, that's the immune system working.
Right.
So if you have a weak immune system, there's medicines of the earth that can strengthen that immune system. You don't need to inject no shots inside of you, no vaccines in you. The scripture says not to make no cuttings in the flesh for the death. But see, this is what I'm saying. That's what this world will have you believe. You got to go to the doctor, the falsifiers, to get these shots. And meanwhile, they're not telling you what's inside them shots. Okay, they're not telling you specifically what's inside the vaccines or the shots they're giving you. And after you take these shots, you wondering how come your mind ain't working right, man. How come you throwing up and you sick all of a sudden because you taking the damn shots? You ain't question nothing. Go on, bro.
Looking for a hastening unto the coming of the day of the Most High.
And that's what we look forward to. We look forward and we hasten the day, man. Because like I said, this world, this society is done. It's destroyed. All you gotta do is just stick a fork in it. It's finished. Like I said, even on when you're dealing with relationships, that's already destroyed. That's done. Okay, finding love, that's done. Getting into the fashion world, that's done. Everything's done. It's finished. Hollywood is done. The fabric of this world is done. It's finished. This world is ready for the taking. All they gotta do is get these nations. All the Lord gotta do is get these nations prepared to just drop these atomic bombs on this place, and this place is done. It's no more. And you can forget about this new generation. The new generation is finished. And I'm talking about the generation that came after our generation. They're through, man. They're finished. How they gonna take care of the world of the future? How can they take care of the world when their minds have been warped, totally warped? Go on, bro. Let's read this.
Looking for a hasten unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens, being on fire, shall be dissolved.
And one thing about fire, see, fire brings new lands, like lava. Lava has a way of formulating new lands.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of fire. Fire is a cleaning agent. It ain't just water. You can clean with water, but you can also clean with fire.
Yeah.
All right. Fire is a very, very important element of the planet. Come on, bro.
When the heavens, being on fire, shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
Right, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. So all of this that you see, it's got to go. It's got to be erased, and so that the earth can be restored. Because the people that need to rule the earth are those that have the commandments, that have the Father's name written in their foreheads, that are sealed with the wisdom and understanding. They're the ones that need to rule the earth, to bring life back into the earth, beginning with Yahweh Shai, to be exact. If you can, brother, hold what you got. Get me Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 10, I believe it is, verse 1. The power of the earth is in the hands of the Lord. Because throughout the ages, you had all of these nations that had a chance to rule, but they never screwed up the planet, such as in the way that Esau has done. And that's how you know that this is the last of all kingdoms. It's like when you play a video game or you do any kind of work, right? Especially when you're working out as well, like when you get into sports. Let's say you give yourself, I'm going to do 8 reps of this. Once you get done doing the last rep becomes the hardest out of all of the reps you did. But you have to fulfill the last rep so that you can grow to the next level, right? So being that we're in the last of the paganistic empires, it's going to be much more harder. And going back to what I was saying, the nation of Edom have destroyed the planet more than all of these other nations combined. That's why it says in the book of Revelations, I believe it's the 11th chapter, that the Lord will destroy those that destroy the earth.
Mm.
Yeah, the earth, the power of the earth is given into what is it? The power of the earth is in the hands of the Lord.
Yeah, the wicked, Job.
It was given to the prophet. I tell you what, try Ecclesiastes chapter 10. Yeah. No, Ecclesiasticus, my bad, Ecclesiasticus. I get the two mixed up.
Same here, I always get them mixed up. They sound very alike. Yes. Start from the beginning. Ecclesiasticus chapter 10. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered.